I realized that in order to raise total children, wholesome education had to be given, which means it must incorporate all the other aspects of education. And before I started Meadowhall, I would dream nights that I would not sleep. I would just be imagining the colors, the ambience, the building, and all that. I would just be pacing in my room at night and realizing that most of our schools at that time were not really focusing on those other areas. It was more on the cognitive. I decided that I wanted more. More for my first child, who is 20 now, and who went through that system. And that was how the whole idea started.
It's been a wonderful decade, 10 years down the line. I remember my very first days here. It was wonderful. It was exciting. There was a lot of passion, a lot of excitement.
10 years ago, we were a much smaller family with just 60 children. We were in a rented apartment somewhere in Lekki Phase 1.
The children occupied all the buildings. And then we grew and we grew and we grew. After a while, the building could not take us anymore. So we had to annex another building further down the road. Then after a while, that building too could not take us anymore.
We started off with just 5 teachers, if I remember. We had just 2 sections then, an infant section and a junior section. As a matter of fact, we were known as Meadowhall Junior School at the time. But with the introduction of the college, or shortly before the college took off, we changed our name to Meadowhall.
In between those years, we thought of this permanent site. So the permanent site became a reality. And we moved to this permanent site 5 years after we were in the old building.
When you have a vision, you must have a mission, the means to get into your vision. Part of the mission, the means to get into my vision, is having a conducive and stimulating environment for the children. So that's what you see. If the environment is not stimulating, if it's not conducive for learning, the children will not become excellent.
Back then, space in the various classes was a major constraint for us. But today, it's no big deal, thanks to the fact that our classrooms were all purpose-built to accommodate various activities going on in the class at about the same time.
I think God has been faithful. 10 years down the line, we have a staff strength of over 200. I think we've been able to achieve a lot. In that period of time, God has taken us from 60 students to almost 1,000. Increase, that kind of increase can only be from God. And I see it as an achievement.
Fan of Meadowhall because my son is just excellent. He reads very well, he speaks very good English, but what I love the most about Meadowhall is the balanced education. I particularly love the pajama day where they wear their pajamas and come to school and brush their teeth. I like the fact that they are taught table manners. I like the fact that they're taught how to relate with other people. So even when I go out with him, I find that my son is very well-rounded. He can speak to anyone, good conversation, And then the teachers, they're extremely loving.
I started the journey with Meadowhall 10 years ago, with my first daughter who is now 14. So what struck me, why I chose Meadowhall from day one, was the warm, caring environment in the school. As you enter the school, you can feel the warmth from the teachers. So that was what I was looking for then, in addition to having getting good academic education from the kids too. So, and they have sustained this all this while for 10 years.
I've seen a lot of difference between my first child and my second child, because she used to be in a school on the mainland before we moved to the island, and the difference in the picking up very fast is very, very glaring. You see her say a lot of things, her vocabulary is beautiful, she says some big words, and I have to go to look into the dictionary myself, and it's just so beautiful that she has learned so much in a few years.
What I like about Meadow, I think, is the foundation they are setting for my kids, really. You know, I'm very interested in the Christian foundation because that's what I firmly believe, and I see that here, so I got attracted by it, and I'm happy. My kids are doing well, and I've seen the difference, so I'm happy.
Meadowhall has been, for me, a wonderful experience as a parent. It's a school that has its core values built on Christ, which is a solid foundation. And also the fact that the children are well mannered, the children are well brought up, the children are very intelligent, they're respectful. I really thank God that I chose Meadowhall for my child.
The Meadowhall curriculum would like to refer to it as a delicate blend, if you want, of the British curriculum and the Nigerian curriculum. And it's important that we achieve that blend because with the British you have the very good methodology, and basically really when we say British we're talking about a collation, a collection of best practice around the world. But whatever's going to be good and work for the students is something that will often become absorbed into the British curriculum. The Nigerian curriculum, on the other hand, we have to have it because we are in this environment. And being in this environment, the only way we can make the education, we can make the concepts clearer to the kids and relevant to the kids, the key word being relevant, is by showing them examples of how they can use it in their everyday life.
We believe that you need spirituality. Children must learn about their maker. I've had a saying before that it's when you raise children who are very smart but they don't have the fear of God, you are raising criminals. So that is very important. The strength of the Nigerian is important. Yes, we do run the British curriculum, but you can't take away culture from education. So they must know about Nigeria. We must, let them know about the positive things so that anywhere they go in the world, they're proud to be Nigerians. They have a healthy self-esteem. They know about their culture. And of course, the British curriculum is a wonderful, wonderful curriculum. It's wonderful because it focuses not just on the academics, it looks at the total child.
We believe greatly in learning. We have a training seminar every fortnight. It's on a Thursday, every fortnight. We have our own consult. And apart from that, teachers go on courses within Nigeria and outside of Nigeria. And as I speak to you, there are 3 or 4 teachers getting ready, science teachers, math teachers, getting ready to go on a course in the UK in about a fortnight's time. We place great stock in continuing to refresh our knowledge of our own subject areas.
In Meadowhall Infant School, we learn through play. The classrooms are spacious and big, which gives us the opportunity to be creative and do loads of activities. We also have that lovely outdoor environment. We can come out to play with water, play with sand, and have a lovely time. We can do our science outside. We have sports. Meadowhall Infant School is one school that teaches dance from age 1. We learn songs, we care, we love, we hug, and it's one big family.
Our unique selling point in the junior school is the delicate blend of our site-based curriculum and our ability to deliver it in a way that takes into consideration the individual learning styles of our children. Being able to identify what is best suited to the needs of our pupils, I must say, has greatly paid off over the years.
Here at Meadowhall, we provide inclusive mainstream education for the children that we work with. That actually means that every child matters and no child is left behind. That is our mantra, and we do work to it. That means we work with professionals outside of the school in various disciplines, for example, an educational psychologist, doctors, nurses, just to make sure that the opportunity to teach a child, to educate a child is not missed. And that means assessing, following through assessments, following through with other treatments that are available, behavioural therapies, to ensure that a child is calm enough to be taught in class, to be included in mainstream education, to receive the kind of education his or her parents would be proud of.
Meadowhall College is truly the place to excel. We run a very rich and well-balanced curriculum, and it's deliberate. It's the curriculum of the 21st century. It talks about the academics, sports, drama, music, the arts. We are introducing children early to a lot of life skills. We're taking them through life skills, teamwork, public speaking, and we are doing it in a way that we can manage. We have small-sized classrooms, not the usual very big school where you are mass producing. We are looking to raising leaders, and leaders that have quality.
I've been in Meadowhall since year 4, about 7 years ago, and now I'm in my final year of the college, year 11, and I'm almost done writing my HCSE. And Meadowhall has taught me a lot. I've made a lot of great friends. I've had wonderful teachers from year 4 up till now in year 11. It's exposed me to different things, debating, sporting activities. The teachers are always there to help you out. It's more like a family than a school for us, because we're few, so the teacher is able to relate with us one-on-one instead of it being like a good thing all the time. So if you don't understand something, you can easily walk up to them and tell them that you don't understand it.
When I started Meadowhall, for me the vision was raising excellent and godly children. But as you know, with visions, it becomes clearer. You know, the longer you are in it, it becomes clearer and clearer. Along the line, I've learned something, that I am to prepare the children for the 21st century marketplace. The 21st century workplace requires some things from children. It requires children that can think logically, creatively, critically. It requires children that have collaborative skills.
Always give good control. Keep the ball in between.
For the whole week, you have children participating in one sport or one activity or the other for the junior school. So it's always very exciting, always very interesting. It's a cheap way for them to learn social skills, social knowledge. They're able to relate, they're able to control their temper, they're able to talk the way they're supposed to talk to a teammate. Hey, you can't shout on someone if you want the ball from the person. So those are the little things we chip into it, and hence it's quite important for us.
Without teamwork these days, you cannot do it alone. Gone are the days of the one-man God doing everything. You must be able to collaborate and work with other children, people. I must develop in them technological skills.
At Meadowhall, we're pretty big on ICT. Around the world, children are learning how to find information, study, and basically make presentations and do all kinds of things with computers. And so it's important that our kids in Meadowhall are able to be on par with the rest of the world. This helps them as children now and just in the future as well. One of the things that we are concerned about is making sure there's a synergy between what's happening in the classroom and also being able to apply that to what we're doing in the ICT lab. So the students come in with their teachers and go through particular packages and software to connect the dots for them. So we're not just learning in our classrooms, but we're learning in the ICT lab and using the technology that are related to the subjects that we're working with.
Technology is a world of information. They must have that. I must develop in them lifelong learning skills. What will make a child leave Meadowhall and continue to turn to learning? It is their experience when they were in school. If they associate learning with fun, they would always turn back to learning. So that's my focus, preparing them for the 21st century workplace, making the children that go to Meadowhall being able to fit into the future.
We're a learning organisation. We're always learning. We have this motto of this belief in excellence. And we may not be perfect, but we strive to attain that. And in striving to attain that, you get very close to it. So we like to be excellent, and we are always learning, and that's the reason why even for our parents, even for our suppliers, we start to talk of lifelong learning. And certainly for the kids, we encourage them to let them know that what you're learning in class doesn't just stop in class, it continues when you get home. It doesn't just stop when you finish secondary school or primary school, it even continues in university. Even after university, we want them to be students whereby they're constantly curious, they constantly want to make sense of what is around them.
Rolake from year 3. Rolake, please come up. And she's going to read her poem.
Meadowhall is 1. It is bright like the sun. Meadowhall is 2. I like it more than you. Meadowhall is 3. We are almost free. Meadowhall is 4. I like it more. Meadowhall is 5. I know how to drive. Meadowhall is 6. It's getting fixed. Meadowhall is 7. In 4 years it will be 11. Meadowhall is 8. It's good to skate. Meadowhall is 9. It's very, very fine. Meadowhall is 10. It didn't have as much pupils then.
I believe that we're raising excellent children. I believe we're raising godly children. I believe that these children are on their way to achieving their highest potential in life. We've achieved a level of excellence, but we're not resting on our oars. We're going to continue working hard, and just reach another level of excellence. And when we get there, we go for another level.